Good morning, happy Thursday. My name's Anthony Special with Hawkeye Traders. I hope everyone is having a great week so far. Before we get started, I just need to share with you anything that is discussed today is for information and educational purposes only. Please do not take anything as live financial or trading advice. Yesterday we spoke about the power of VSwarm. And we're going to speak about it again today because it surely is an opportunity to produce winning trade after winning trade, profit after profit, and the objective is to double your account systematically every 36 days. So how do we do that? This is how we do it. Guys, take a look right here on my two qualifying time frames. You see that green bottom right there? See how it came in? Where it looked like price was breaking to the downside, but the reality was it was the presence of buyers that we were able to see come into the market that told us this is where value was found. Guys, if we knew where value was found at any given point in time, doesn't it allow us to take advantage of a move? The objective here is to find the value point, and the value is always hidden in the volume, because that's what the big traders are showing us. They're showing us their volume. That's what Hawkeye's telling us. That's what VSwarm is telling us. We are harnessing what is going on in the market behind the scenes. Volume always leads price action. So when we can find a consistency of presence of buyers, we know that our trade is most likely to successfully go in the direction that our intent is to take it. So on my 12-minute, I have clear presence of buyers. I have a green bottom. On my 6-minute, I have the same thing. A clear, defined presence of buyers. See that green volume spike come in? See that green volume spike come in? It tells me that this is where the buyers, see this big green volume bar come in? Right here at the bottom? That tells me that that's where the presence of buyers are coming into the market. That's where they found value in the crude oil price in this instance. So what? Then I just simply wait for the setup. I wait for the trend to form. I wait for my qualifications to come along. And I make money. Guys, this move that transpired in a short period of time would have paid me 24 cents or $240 per contract traded. That's with one contract. You could have earned a day's pay in this tiny little move. Now, if you were trading with 10 contracts and you put a 0 on the end of that, you just earned 2 weeks' pay in this one little move. So with that, I just want you to be aware of what exactly is going on. So, with this, how did we know this was going to happen? Quite simply, because VSwarm told us that there was volume coming in. VSwarm told us there's volume coming in. VSwarm told us there's volume coming in. We then took that volume with our tools, and we were able to produce a fantastic trade that stacked all the odds in our favor. Let's take a look at another one. This is the Nasdaq. Here we see a red top. Here we see a red top. Here we see the transition of how the market came in. Here is where we got short. Look at this. Look at this move on our higher time frame. Look at this move on our higher time frame. So as this is transpiring, as we have this confirmation with this red top that the sellers have become present, the sellers have come in and decided that that is where the supply is. It tells us the likeliness is that when our criteria is met to enter a trade, we are going to be profitable. As this transpires, we know to look for targets. So I knew I had a 60-minute demand right here. How would you have liked to gone short at 12,154 and booked your profit at 1276, putting nearly 75 points on the Nasdaq in your pocket? Quickly. It's transpired within 40 minutes. This is how you systematically double your account every 36 days. You harness the power of VSwarm, which is reading the volume in the market before it happens. It is predicting the price action. It is telling us that volume is what is going to lead to this to occur. How did we know the sell-off was coming? Right here at the top, this red top told us the sellers were overtaking the buyers. Same thing here. And as it sold off here and sold off here, here was our perfect opportunity to have made a really, really great day's pay in a very short amount of time. Now, guys, how many of these trades do you think you need to take every day before you can systematically double your account every 36 days? Not too many. This is on gold futures. Guys, as you can see, this is applicable to anything you want to trade. I like looking at markets that trade Globex, meaning around the clock, because it gives me a better opportunity and understanding to see things present themselves. This trade transpired at about 6:50 in the morning. But look back here, the evening before, middle of the night, we have a red top on our 6-minute, a defined red top on our 12-minute. This told me, and I knew this hours before it happened, that I was looking for the perfect setup. I could check the boxes of knowing that the sellers were present. The sellers are present. I just need to get a piece of their move. A piece of their move. To get short at 1897.7 and at 1886.4 was my target. Now, guys, look what happened when I came down to my target. Price came down and then banged back away. Came down and banged back away. Came down and banged back away. How did I know that? That is the tools that we give you here at Hawkeye. The tools will tell you when and where price is most likely to stall or reverse. Tools will tell you when the presence of buyers or sellers are in control. If you have this knowledge, how easy is it for you to systematically take these trades as they present themselves and to double your account every 36 days? It's not impossible. Here's an opportunity that happened in crude oil. Another opportunity. Now, guys, you know I favor crude oil. I run big energy profits. I started day trading oil because I couldn't afford to swing trade oil. I started with just enough to buy a contract. In fact, in the beginning, I couldn't even afford a contract. I was buying cheap options to try to get a feel for how it worked. And ETFs because I didn't have the money. You know, I didn't have the money. I wasn't in the position to go all in. But as I grew my account, I went to day trading once I could afford a couple contracts. So I started with 1, and then I went to 2, and then I went to 5. But as I made money, I would then take that money, over a period of time and say, all right, I'm going to leave this much in the account so I can trade the following year with a little bit more. So look at how this transpires. We are harnessing VSwarm right here. This is the presence of buyers. That green bottom. Price rallied, pulled back, congested, consolidated, based, whatever term you like to use. When the price based, what did we base with? a green bar. Price based with the presence of buyers. Look at the 12-minute. Rallied, retraced, consolidated, based again. This base is where this took off from. The deepest bar of the base is a green bottom. Rallied, pulled back, consolidated, congested, based, whatever you want to call it. This big green bar here, the biggest bar here in this base, the bar that went the deepest in to the base, that set the actual bottom here of the base, it's a green bar. On 3 time frames, that shows me the highest probability the V-swarm is going to push this price upward and onward. I knew before the entry came along right here, after we clearly broke out of congestion, we cleared these pivots here. I knew right here before that happened that this market was going to rally, because my time frames told me so. My time frames told me so. My time frames told me so. The V-swarm and volume told me so. The greatest volume indication here in this base was a presence of buyers. What was building here? Buying volume. What was building here? Buying volume. What happened to price action after we confirmed the V-swarm buying volume? That baby just took off. This is a tremendous move to go from 40.17 to 40.79. Crude oil contract pays $10 per penny. To have gone literally 62 cents is $620 on just one contract. It's $6,200 on 10 contracts. This trade that transpired in about 30 minutes or so, maybe a little longer by the time you got stopped out. Within an hour, you could have earned an entire month's worth of income if you had the ability to trade at that capacity with very minimal risk. Little risk, huge reward. This is how and when we know the power of V-swarm comes in. The power of volume. When and where is key. When and where is key. When and where is key. The exact same time, all 3 time frames, we had the deepest of the basing bars here, here, and here show us the presence of buyers. And this, my friends, is the perfect trade setup. And how do we know? Because V-swarm tells us so. Because we follow the rules. We have a disciplined trade strategy that gets us into these trades, manages these trades, and pays us very, very well. We spoke about this yesterday, and I will circle back to it again today. How do we systematically double our money? It's by producing a rate of return. If you can produce the trades I just showed you over and over and over again, you will very, very quickly be able to double your money systematically within 36 days. I don't want to wait 6 years, 7.2 years, 9 years, 12 years, or 18 years to double my money. It takes too long. It just does. If I'm going to actively trade, fine. If I'm going to passively trade, fine. The objective is to double my money over and over and over and over again. That, my friends, is the power of what we offer. That is the power of the tools in which we provide. It is the power of the training and the methodology which fuels Hawkeye Traders, and VSwarm. If you are utilizing our tools, make sure you're utilizing them to their fullest capacity. Make sure you are taking advantage and being part of the inner circle, a Skype room where we can consult with each other as we see opportunities in the market present themselves, where we can learn from each other and we can teach each other. Make sure you're joining me on Wednesday mornings to our 1 hour coaching, where I spend an hour teaching you and sharing with you all the mistakes that I've made to make your learning curve a little less painful. If you're not using Hawkeye Traders yet, and you are seeing the power of what I show you day in and day out, of how we systematically can double our account, how we can systematically create returns over and over and over again, how our tools are used to predict what the market's going to do, when it's going to do it, and how it's most likely to do it, you need to click the link below and watch the VSwarm webinar, because you are missing out on an opportunity that gets presented day in and day out in this marketplace. As long as you know how to find them and you know how to utilize them, I promise you, you have the same opportunity to take the trades that the rest of us are taking. The toolbox is the key. Having the methodology is the key. And executing is the key. And those are the three things that we bring to the table for our traders day in and day out. So I encourage you to harness your own financial future. Take control of your own financial well-being. Click the link below, watch the webinar, and join us as we take VSwarm and Hawkeye Traders to a whole new level where people can sustain themselves financially and not have to count on anyone else. With that, guys, I wish you a blessed day. I wish you a profitable day, and I will talk to you very soon. Be well. Bye-bye.